Sorry for the little cutoff, but we are back in it. Sergeant Majors, want to lead us off?
Absolutely, but I really want you guys to get a sense of just the power hitters I've got in the program. So I know you were going to ask Layla because like she's a part of mariachi. They're all the both of these, which most of my homegrown teachers are involved in everything. I go to basketball games, the soccer. I mean, because everybody is doing something.
Right.
So if you don't mind, let's turn it over to Layla, and we'll go from there.
Do I talk about what I want to teach? Or whatever?
You can touch on both subjects.
Okay. So yeah, going off of what Sergeant Major said, most of us are involved in outside clubs. I'm actually involved in our mariachi club here. I'm the section leader for it, and that kind of means that I'm their lead violinist. I start off every song. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've been playing for about 4 years. I also sing for them. So it's kind of cool to get a best of both worlds. I'm also very heavily academically, what would I say? I'm just in it very academically with homegrown teachers, and I'm also doing something for fun, as a hobby. So I think otherwise than that, I think it's just really fun that we're able to have homegrown teachers as well as our other clubs so we can balance them. It's really hard for some students to balance them, but I feel like Sergeant Major has made it a lot easier for us to do that.
So going based off what I want to do as becoming a teacher, I would want to work with elementary students. I would either kindergarten, first grade, just feeling that I would work better with them just because they get very excited to learn and all that, because we went tutoring for William Elementary School, and then with my experience and everything, it just made me it made me excited that they were excited to learn about counting, reading, and everything. So I believe just the environment is so nice, and I think that's something that I would want to pursue in life.
So you understand when she talks about tutoring down the street at William Elementary, part of our curriculum is for them to not only tutor, but yesterday we went to Arborview so that they could go into classrooms of teachers and observe them, and you can ask them about their experience as far as both. But when we went down to Wilhelm Elementary School, something magical happened. So we take 42 of our 50 homegrown teachers, and we put them all in classrooms, and they're taking 2 and 3 students. Sometimes they had 5 or 6, but they didn't separate these kids. They kept them in the classroom. So as you can imagine, they're trying to tutor kids in math and science and reading, but those other 22 kids want to be over there too. They handled it flawlessly. They were the adults in the room. They handled everything, but they never left anyone out. Their experience was so amazing that the principal asked, well, in 3 weeks, we've got reading week. Will you come back? Now, keep in mind, in my program, they had a requirement to do the tutoring, but nothing makes them go back 3 weeks later and do the reading week. We filled the classrooms. So their dedication and what they got out of, what the kids got out of, when kids was running up to my homegrown teachers as we were leaving saying, I love you, are you coming back? That shows that they are already making a difference in education.
Absolutely. I'm glad to hear Wilhelm is involved. I actually went there for elementary school, and I was one of the students that was pulled to the side. I was one of the 5 in the corner. And it is tough to make sure everyone isn't feeling left out, but it's a big accomplishment. Don't think it's small to be able to have everyone comfortable and willing to even talk to you, because kids are sometimes they're either talking to you or they're shut off, right? Yeah. So it's a big ability to be able to do that, and I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Now let's talk about something not a lot of people think about. Jude's a part of the law major program. That's a big step. I'm in video production. I have an internship tonight. I get home at 8 o'clock. That's a big step. You're in mariachi while also doing homegrown. That's a big step. You want to be a teacher and you're in homegrown. That's a big step. And you're pretty much overseeing all this. That's a big step. Scheduling and stress is something that's often seen behind the scenes, often hidden. But what are some of the things that we do as ourselves? We're just going to go in a big circle. I can even start off that we do for that. For me personally, scheduling, I'm not going to lie, I got to work on it. I'm a bit of a free baller. You know what I mean? I'll be posting sometimes on the calendar what I need to do. but most of the time, especially here, we usually get our events a day ahead.
Right.
We usually get sometimes if we're lucky, we get it a week ahead. But planning that is a bit difficult, but the stress is eased by knowing there's a team behind it.
Right.
Knowing there's a team that will help you out whenever you're down is one of the biggest things you can ask for, which is why I love Homegrown so much. For scheduling, of course, and then for stress, team management, for real. It's one of the big things. It's knowing that there are students that have 7 other classes but are willing to sit down and give you every ounce of their effort and every ounce of their time and energy, and it's 1 hour and 16 minutes, because it's not 1 hour and 30 anymore. They cut it down. Now it's 1 hour and 16. It's one of the biggest blessings you can have. So let's just go around in a circle. Layla, please.
So being able to balance both of these really gave me a couple struggles every now and then. Just yesterday, I had a little bit of a day where I had to just sit down and think, like, what's my next step, or how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that? And really what helps me is, like you said, scheduling. Absolutely. I think scheduling for me is very important. I like to know what's going on and how I'm going to just plan my week at least, So I do like to schedule stuff in my calendar, and every once in a while I make sure to just pull back. Like, I try to cleanse, like detox, and just make sure that I'm still feeling true to myself. I don't want to feel like I'm just a robot doing stuff just because I'm in all these other things. I want to make sure that I'm really enjoying everything. So I feel like that's a huge staple for me, that I need to every once in a while pull back and just refocus.
That's important. How about you?
Well, I'll tell you, there's different stresses. Stress either makes you or break you. Stress will motivate you to do better, or stress will make you collapse.
Absolutely.
Right? So my homegrown teachers can attest to this. You will never come in the resource center, Portable 732, and I'm having a bad day. Right. Because, for one, I'm their support. If they see I'm succumbing to stress, what are they going to do? Like my dad used to say, if you're going to cry, what the baby going to do? Right? So I take stress as a motivator. Any situation that happens, I take it and I make the best out of it. Dr. Rico can attest to, if your email crashes with about 1,500 important emails in it, usually people will lose their mind. I reached out to one of my team leaders. She is now my liaison until it gets fixed. And we are still going on field trips like we did our review. We're still doing this podcast. This morning was a very challenging moment, but it wasn't stressful. I got kids getting resumes done for jobs tomorrow during lunchtime. So they're not going to eat lunch, so I need to go to Kentucky Fried and buy 2 buckets of chicken. But guess what? They don't open till 10. You're already 10 minutes into lunch. So I need them to bag it up, get back quick enough to feed these homegrown teachers, and keep on keeping on. So I don't take stress at all. I deal with it. And that's not saying that I'm Superman or anybody. It's just I choose to find a way instead of complain about what is.
I like that. That's very good.
I feel like the way I deal with like scheduling, first off, is my notes. Notes is something that I use a lot. I go Monday through Friday and I write down everything that I have to do, everything that needs to be due. I put the due date and like the time that needs to be in, whether it be an assignment, something got to do personally. I just have everything written down Monday through Friday, and then I go off, check it off every single time I get something done, check it off. And then for like stress, something that I do is just knowing that I'm just stressed because I put myself in this perspective of like, I'm stressed because I know that I can do this, and I know that it's just like my mental health trying to get to me, but in reality you just got to remember to relax, how Layla said, to refocus, maybe take a breather, like go for a walk, just kind of like take time for yourself so you can be back and better for yourself and for like your peers to be there, like being academic leaders and stuff like that.
Of course, for like scheduling, I also use notes and I use a calendar as well. I think it's extremely important to use that because as someone who's really involved in the school and just loves joining clubs every 5 seconds, I think it's really important to do that because it helps me kind of figure out what to do next, because I have a lot of competitions and I go out of state a lot.
Right.
For stress, I completely agree. Taking a day off, hanging out with friends for one day, because there's a period of time where maybe winter break, spring break, you're just going to feel burnt out. Yes. And when you go back in, you're just like, wow, I kind of hate this. But like you need to like realize that you have to get back into your groove of motivation and really find it back. So
yeah. I want to tell you as young people,
Yes.
my job as a coach and mentor is to give you something. I'm not going to have a conversation that leave you with something. So when you're dealing with stress, this is a very simple exercise anyone can do. I'm not sure if the people listening can see us, but if you can, I'm going to talk them through it. So if you take this piece of paper you've given me with, right? And if I put it on the tip of my nose, right, I can't tell you what it says. Why?
Because it's too close.
It's too close. But if I back away from it, can I see it clearly?
Yes, you can.
So when situations are right up in your face, on the tip of your nose, you've got to back away and see it clearly. Breathe a little bit, and then go back at it.
Go back at it, yeah. We can end it off on this, and then we can get into final thoughts if we want to add anything personal. Maybe you want to shout out Homegrown. Maybe there's a couple people that are willing to join, and we can walk them through those steps.